Welcome to Anderson Investing. I'm Jeff Anderson. Today is April 14th. COINbase made its public debut today, starting out at $3.81 a share, and it went up to over $424 a share. It has had some volatility, and it's now at $357. Make that $354.55. I did pick up one share at $3.98. I guess I do want to get at least one more share. I guess seeing if it goes down some more in price, it could be good to have one or two shares. Now, how does Coinbase make money? When someone completes a transaction on Coinbase, to pay fees for the privilege of using the service, and this is either a flat rate or a variable percentage based on the user's region, product, feature, and payment type. Coinbase's other fee is the margin or spread of up to 2% of the transaction. This is added to the exchange rate on Coinbase Pro, the trading platform tied to Coinbase where all orders are fulfilled. Now, Coinbase Pro enables users to trade directly on the Coinbase exchange that backs their Coinbase transactions. And there's Coinbase Commerce, a software as a service product that provides payment processing for online merchants. The Coinbase Card's a physical Visa debit card that converts cryptocurrency to US dollars, enabling users to make purchases anywhere Visa cards are accepted, which is a big deal. Personally, I don't know how long that's been a thing. I never actually tried Coinbase and didn't realize you could spend cryptocurrency like that. The USD coin, a cryptocurrency offered by Coinbase with a value tied directly to the US dollar. There's a one-to-one relationship between the two. There's experts saying that it could easily go up to $475 a share today or soon, and that it has vast potential to go well beyond that down the road. The Nasdaq private market activity in early March of 2021 indicated a value as high as $77 billion. Coinbase's 2020 revenue was of $1.3 billion, more than twice the $534 million figure from 2019, and ended the year with a net income of $322.3 million. And Coinbase has a massive 43 million strong user base. A few other stocks that have done direct listings instead of IPO, which stands for initial public offering, have been Spotify, Slack, and Palantir in 2018, 19, and 2020 respectively. In a direct listing, the company isn't issuing any new shares or raising any extra capital in its debut, and it forgoes an underwriter. Instead of having a bank underwrite the listing and drum up buyers for the shares at an IPO price, which is set by the banks, the company is opening up their shares directly to the public instead. MoffettNathanson analyst Lisa Ellis initiated coverage of the exchange at a buy with a price target of $600, which it certainly hasn't reached to yet.
So, I mean, we thought there could be a pure play when we started this about 3.5 years ago. It's gotten purer and purer, and now really the opportunity, I think, could be with the Coinbase direct listing and then really the analysis of Coinbase valuation. There could be a revaluation for this whole segment higher when you see some of the numbers that come from Coinbase. You know, Coinbase is valued between 50 and 100 million. What are some of these other, exchanges, whether that's a DigiNex or a Voyager Digital worth? Should they be revalued? And I think that's the opportunity beyond just a larger group of investors adopting cryptocurrency and blockchain technology in general.
Matt, I got to ask you the eternal question. Does this improve at all the chances for a Bitcoin ETF this year? And what, if anything, will? You and I have talked in the past. There's a little bit of a political change in Washington. We have Gary Gensler now. I'm going to ask you, does Gensler being there improve the chances of a Bitcoin ETF, number one? And number two, the SEC laid out a very clear set of problems they had in rejecting prior Bitcoins, including the Winklevoss application twice. They rejected it, and they basically came out and made it very clear: we are concerned with fraud. We are concerned with custody issues. We are concerned about the fact that a lot of it trades overseas, but we can't control any of it. Has there been any move towards curing those defects? Aside from the political change, are we any closer in addressing the SEC's issues?
Yeah, we're absolutely closer, Bob. Whether we're all the way there or not, I don't know, but we're absolutely closer. Look, when the Winklevoss first filed for a Bitcoin ETF back in like 2013, there were no institutional regulated custodians. Arbitrage spreads were all over the place. The CME Bitcoin futures market didn't exist. There weren't crypto funds that had gone through audit. The crypto industry, and we've been talking about this on this show, has gone through this massive institutional maturation. Every aspect of it has improved significantly over the past 5 years, over the past 3 years, and over the past year. Coinbase going public is just another part of that narrative. So absolutely, we're getting closer to a Bitcoin ETF. I continue to think it's a matter of when and not if, but we're not all the way there yet. The SEC has been asking good questions, and companies like Bitwise and others have been working to address those. But I do think we're getting closer, Bob. I really do.
So just to highlight this, I believe the SEC acknowledged the Van Eck application a couple of weeks ago. That they've acknowledged, I think, Wisdom Trees as well, just the other day. So I think they have 45 days to accept, reject, or kick the ball down the road. My understanding is that they've always had up to 240 days once they acknowledge it. Is that correct, Matt? So potentially they could kick the can down the road for a while now. But your point is, regardless, you think it's much more likely this year. What about Gensler? You didn't answer that question. Is everybody seems to think Gensler is more sympathetic? Are you in that camp too? And that's much more likely.
Well, what we know about Gensler is we know he's an expert on the space, right? He's taught a class at MIT on Bitcoin and blockchain. And all Bitcoin and crypto companies like Bitwise are looking for is a fair evaluation on the exact facts and circumstances of the market that exists today. So it's great that he's an expert, but really the questions that the SEC has asked over the last handful of years have been fair questions, and it's been the responsibility of companies to answer those. Like I said, fortunately, the market has matured rapidly that I think we have much better answers today than we did in the past. Does Gensler coming in help? I think it helps in that it's a new administration, a new fresh set of priorities, and that he's an expert on the space. But I don't think there's any magic sauce. The market has to be good enough, has to be institutional enough, has to be mature enough to support an ETF before the SEC green lights one. But the good news is I do think we're closer to that point today than we were in the past, and I really think we're getting there.
Bitcoin or crypto ETF would be fantastic, paying dividends and whatnot. Churchill Capital 4 CCIV is at a good price, partnered with Lucid Air. Good price to get it at below 22, at $21.69 a share right now. I was under the impression that the Lucid Air was going to be no less expensive than in the $160,000 range, but apparently some of their other additions are as low as $88,000 or so, $70,000 for the Air Pure. So could be competitive and have more growth than I originally thought. Could Coinbase be bottoming out now? It's at $330 a share. Time to buy more. Down to $328, $327. So from going up to $424 a share, down to $320, $327. I think we're all expecting it to make some big jump, but maybe not today. Big day for the markets today. Big day for cryptocurrency and Coinbase. Coinbase's expected valuation of $100 billion implies that its revenue will be 1.5 times the combined 2020 revenues of two of the most established exchanges in the marketplace, NASDAQ Inc. and Intercontinental Exchange. the parent company of the New York Stock Exchange. David Traynor, CEO of New Constructs, an investment research firm, said the crypto platform's value is ridiculously high. Even though Coinbase's revenue surged over the past 12 months, the company has little to no chance of meeting the future profit expectations that are baked into its ridiculously high expected valuation of $100 billion, he said. And Traynor said that based on his calculation, Coinbase's valuation should be closer to $18.9 billion, an 81% decrease from the $100 billion expected valuation. And Bitcoin, of course, has reached over 64,000. Alright, it's at 62,000 now. That's right, I looked at that earlier. Now, I don't take Dogecoin very seriously, but I have a small amount invested. And my wife has even more invested. She kept all her Dogecoin that she had bought from before it was even 1 cent. And is now at like $4,000 plus profit. It was just at 13 cents per Dogecoin a little bit earlier. And I'm at something like $80 profit myself on a small amount invested. Here's Dogecoin's chart from the last 5 days. From going from 6 cents. 6 cents on April 10th. April 11th, 7 cents. Up to 9 cents just yesterday. Last night it kept going up 10, 11 cents. And right now it's kind of steady at 12 cents. Some have said it'll take several $1 billion more invested in Dogecoin before it inflates again to get it to around 25 cents or certainly $1. So now looking at Coinbase at $3.21 a share. It was just at $3.18. You wanting to get in low, maybe put in a limit buy order for about $3.18. I am not a financial advisor, of course. Make sure to do your own research and due diligence. This video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. Planning on uploading a video about Churchill Capital CCIV, partnered with Lucid Motors. Also soon to come, another video about Plug Power. Coinbase down to 3.11. $3.10. Alright, I think that's about going to be it for this live stream. But thank you for watching.